Hey guys! So I'm sorry if I'm looking like a royal bum right now, but it is in the name of science. Or makeup. So today I wanted to do a bit of a haul slash first impressions video for you guys. So this I think is going to be part of a 2-video series because I have a lot of stuff and I don't think I want to talk about everything in this video. So today I am just going to talk about some of the new products that I got, and I'm also going to put them on for you so you can see them. We can do like a little first impressions together, and then in my second video I'll be sharing the rest of the haul, stuff that is more like bath, body, skincare that I'm not necessarily going to try out right now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And let's get some makeup on this naked face. So the first product that I picked up has been pretty hyped as per lead. This is a new launch from L'Oreal, and it is their Lumi cushion foundation. And cushion foundations are like a big thing in the Korean beauty scene. So I guess the drugstore is now trying to kind of offer their take on this type of product. So if you open this up, it's a compact with a mirror, and it has a sponge, and then the product itself is basically like foundation, like a liquid foundation that's been soaked into this little cushion. So I'm going to take the sponge, and I'm just going to dab the sponge into the cushion, and then I'm going to apply it in this dabbing motion to my face. So my immediate thoughts on this are that it's definitely not, it's a pretty sheer foundation. Joking. So it's pretty sheer formula, but the coverage isn't bad. Now I chose the shade W2. One of the things I like about this line is that they very clearly spelled out for you which shades were warm, cool, or neutral in undertone. So I tend to be warm because I have a slightly more yellow undertone to my skin. If your skin is pinker, you would be a cool tone, and if you're sort of in the middle or you don't really fall on either side, you would be neutral. I like the way this looks. Like, it's very natural, it's not too heavy. The sponge is a little weird. Like, as you can see, 2 fingers don't really fit that great, but 3 is a little too tight, so I don't know. I'm not totally loving the sponge. It's not the easiest thing. Like, I think it applies the foundation fairly evenly, but it's just not the most comfortable thing on the world to hold. Alright, so I didn't pick up any drugstore concealer, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer under my eyes. But I did pick up a brush to blend my concealer in that I wanted to try. So I should make a side note that part of the reason that I picked up so much stuff is that there is a Walmart that is right in the plaza where I work that is closing. So everything in the store the other day was 50% off. And Walmart prices are really good to begin with, so when you can get all of the makeup in Walmart 50% off, it is really hard to resist picking up new stuff to try. And I could use coupons. Basically, I got like a ton of stuff for like 60% off. It's ridiculous. So the next thing I picked up were these 2 brushes from EcoTools. And these look really nice. And I don't own any EcoTools brushes. These are sort of, I think normal price days were like $8 or $9. So obviously I got them 50% off. But this, I wanted to try these out. This is the Skin Perfecting it's a Complexion Collection Skin Perfecting Brush. This is to use with BB and CC creams. This is the Eye Perfecting Brush. This is to use with creams, moisturizers, or concealers. So I'm going to try this brush out to blend in my concealer under my eyes today. So as you can see, this is it seems like a pretty nice brush. It's got a bamboo handle. I like the little pattern ferrule. And the bristles seem really soft and quite dense, and they are synthetic. So we're just gonna see how this works. So this is definitely a little bit denser than like a fluffy blending brush, but it seems to be doing a pretty good job. So yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with this brush more, but my first thoughts are that I like it, and it's definitely a pretty brush as well, so that's always a plus. So next I'm going to set things down with some powder, and this is not new to the drugstore, but it's new to me, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless pressed powder, and this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I love the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, so I thought it would be nice to try out the pressed powder. And now this does come with a sponge, but and it has a mirror inside it as well, which is nice. But I'm going to use just a big old fluffy powder brush to apply this. Let's see. The only thing that's annoying, I feel like, of having the brush underneath, or the mirror underneath the product, so you have to keep, like, if you want to look, you have to keep lifting it, and you have to hold it, which is kind of a pain in the butt. First impressions, I like this. I feel like it's not too cakey, like it definitely mattifies. The Lumi foundation obviously is kind of a little bit glowy, so this kind of took some of that dewiness out of the foundation, but it's not really flat and matte and powdery. I think it looks pretty nice. And just for ha-has, I'm going to take this sponge just to see, and I'm going to just set under the eye because it's a little harder to get there. Yeah, the sponge is like kind of cheapo. I'm not a big fan of the sponge. I would definitely recommend using a brush. Alright, so let's add a little bit of life back to my face. One of the things I picked up was another of these Milani baked blushes. I have the shade Luminoso, which is one of the most beautiful blushes that I own. And since I love it so much and I could get it 50% off, I decided I would try another shade. And this is Coralina, which I've heard great things about. And it is just like, look, how beautiful is this blush? I mean, like, really, it's got white and gold and peach, different like shades all kind of like marbleized through it. It's just stunning. So now this also comes with a mirror and a brush. So as you can see, it has the little mirror, the little brush. I am gonna use my Coastal Scents angled blush brush to apply this. So I don't know how, I feel like this might be pretty pigmented. So I'm gonna try to like not go overboard. This blush, I mean, this is a really beautiful shade. It's definitely pigmented, and it definitely is shimmery. Like, it has some glitteriness to it. So if you don't like the glow, if you don't like the shimmer, this may not be the best shade for you. But if you don't mind it, this is really quite pretty. Alright, so moving on quick, I'm just going to do my brows really fast, and then we'll come back to eyes. Alright, so for eyes, I picked up two of the new Maybelline Color Tattoo Concentrated Crayons. I know that these are kind of very popular right now because everybody loved the original color tattoos that were in the pots. But the biggest downside to those was that they dried out really quickly. So hopefully these crayons will be a little bit better for, in terms of how long they last before you need to throw them away. So I'm just going to do some swatches. I picked up two colors. This is Bronze Truffle. And like immediately, these are super, super creamy and pigmented. That's really nice. And then the other shade that I got is Lavish Lavender. And this is really like a nice like purplish steely gray color, and it has quite a bit of like fine micro shimmer in it, whereas the bronze got more of like a metallic finish but not so much sparkle. So I think, what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to apply the bronze shade, Bronze Truffle, kind of just close to the lash line, and then I'm going to smoke it out with my fingers. And these blend, it seems like, pretty nicely. And they're supposed to be really long wearing and like budge proof once they set down. So it seems like you have, you know, a little while to play around with these and blend them out, and then they'll set down for a fair amount of time. Maybe I'll take this on the lower lash line. So this seems like just a really nice everyday kind of, if you're having a lazy makeup day, kind of a shade that you can, you know, just throw on, wear really easily, doesn't require a lot of fuss. I think that the Lavish Lavender shade you would probably want to play with just a little bit more because it is a little bit more intense. But yeah, these definitely, they seem nice. They're very creamy, very pigmented, so I have high hopes for these. And then I also saw from Maybelline these new Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencils. And I picked up this shade Soft Nude. I think that a nude eyeliner is really like an amazing thing to have if you are someone who frequently has like dark circles, or like their eyes just kind of look heavy and tired. This is kind of a great like secret weapon type of product that will immediately make you look more awake. So what I'm going to do with this, well, first let's swatch it. So we'll just... Oh yeah, that's nice. That is really soft. Good pigmentation. It's supposed to be waterproof, so hopefully this will wear well in the waterline. And this looks almost more creamy white than nude now that I'm seeing it swatched on the skin. So it'll be interesting to see how this looks on my eyes. But basically what you want to do is you want to apply nude liner right onto the waterline. And this immediately brightens up the eyes because it basically is like an illusion that makes the whites of your eyes look bigger. A lot of people put black in their waterline, which will actually make your eyes look smaller. I feel like this has a very slight like shimmer to it as well. So it's interesting. It's not like a flat matte nude. It's like a slightly lustrous kind of nude. But I dig it. Alright, so I am just going to move on quick and I'm going to throw on some mascara. Alright, so we are almost finished. So I also picked up a couple of these new Burts Bees lipsticks that just launched. The two shades that I got were Brimming Berry and Sunset Cruise. So Brimming Berry is this really beautiful berry shade. So let me swatch this for you. And these lipsticks, I have been trying them out a little bit and they are very creamy. So this is Brimming Berry, really beautiful shade. They're very creamy, very moisturizing, very buttery, but that being said, they are kind of slippy on the lips, so they're not the most long wearing, nor do they like, they kind of can be easy to sort of smear or smudge if you're eating and drinking, especially the darker shades, so just something to keep in mind. And this is the shade Sunset Cruise, which is a really beautiful sort of peachy pink color. So I think I'm going to put this on today. So I will say this formula, you know, feels really comfortable, feels really nice on the lips. The only thing about it is that something about the texture will definitely cling to dry patches. So you definitely want to make sure that your lips are really smooth and exfoliated before you put this lipstick on, especially with the darker shades. It's not quite as noticeable with the lighter shades, but it is, I think this is a really pretty color. I like it a lot, and I think that it'll be really nice for spring especially. This is not so much a winter shade, but definitely will be really pretty for spring. And then the last product for today that I want to talk about is this Pixi by Petra Makeup Fixing Mist with Rosewater and green tea. So this is something I picked up at Target when Pixi was, I think, 40% off in the Cartwheel app. And you basically shake this up, and it is a mist that you can either use to prime your face before makeup, or you can use it to set your makeup afterwards, and it's supposed to sort of make things look a little less powdery if you've been using a lot of powder products, and make things last longer. So I'm just going to close my eyes and give myself a nice little spritz. Alright, so I can say right off the bat with this that probably the biggest downside is that it is very wet in this spray. So obviously it's a setting spray, you expect that it's going to be somewhat wet, but the nozzle on this shoots out a lot of product. Like, it's a really heavy mist, as opposed to like the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray has a very fine mist. So I sort of feel like you need to kind of like hold this one far away and spray it lightly, so you don't end up like applying too much product in one area of the face, because you obviously want to have like a fine amount all over that will sort of meld with your makeup, but you don't want to have it like dripping and then actually melting your makeup off. So, you know, I may try this under my makeup as a primer beforehand, see how that works, but it's, so far it doesn't have like, it hasn't irritated my face, doesn't irritate my eyes at all. It doesn't really smell like much of anything, I don't know. It smells fresh, but it doesn't really have like an unpleasant scent or anything like that. So we'll see how this works and if it helps my makeup wear longer. So that is it. That is my haul for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this format of video, kind of chatting and just trying products and seeing kind of how they look in person. If you want me to do any in-depth reviews on any of these products, definitely post a comment down below. I would love to hear your feedback, and stay tuned for part 2 of this video series, which will be the rest of my like drugstore haul from Walmart and also Target and some other shopping that I've done. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.